Hello and welcome to another video from Dapol Rail. Alright, so this is going to be a quick video to introduce you to a new 3D printer that we got. This is the JG Aurora A5. We ordered this at the same time we ordered the other 3D printer that we've been using, which is the JG Aurora Z603S. There's two differences between the two printers, aside from the price. This printer was $499 off of Amazon. I believe you can get it a little bit cheaper from some other sites, but we have Prime, so it just made sense to eat like the 20 bucks and do it that way. The Z603 is a $799 printer, so it's a bit of a difference. This is technically, the A5 is technically a kit, but to be honest, it's not a very complicated kit. You basically unpack this part, drop it in, put 5 screws in the bottom, bolt on the spool holder to the side, connect it to your computer, and you're good to go. So it really isn't that complicated. The Z603, you just basically have to screw the spool holder on. The rest of it came pre-assembled. It's not a bad printer. The only other difference between the two is that this printer has a slightly larger build volume, I believe, by about 100 millimeters, 120 millimeters in difference between the two. And that Z603S is not a shabby printer at all in terms of build volume. The other difference between the two is the Z603S is a little bit more precise, and it's a little bit more finer resolution, I believe, by not very much, maybe like by a 0.1 of a millimeter. But it does make a bit of a difference on some of the higher quality prints. So the reason I bought the two printers was this one got really good reviews, and I was kind of hoping the other one would also get good results as a result. This one's quick, and it can do a very large build volume, and one of the things I want to do is build buildings and rolling stock and stuff like that with the 3D printer. So obviously we kind of outgrew the Micro Plus, even though the Micro Plus is not a bad starter printer. Now, because this printer is $499 and the Micro Plus, I believe, is like $350, I would suggest just going ahead and buying this printer. It's gonna anything like the other one. It's gonna be just as fast, much higher quality, much bigger build volume, and if you get printing pretty quickly and you get a hang of things, the Micro Plus you're going to outgrow pretty quick. So if you want to save some money, jump straight in to the A5. Now it's a little hairier. You know, there's fans and stuff that you might end up having to replace at some point, and you may not have to. You have to be willing to take it apart a little bit, but it's not really too bad, and it's a pretty good investment. And the Z603S I would highly recommend. I've been using it now for about a week or so, and I've not only had no problems with it whatsoever, but it's like super fast, and it's been doing really high quality prints. So in this video, what we're going to do is we're just going to basically walk you through how to assemble this and how to get it up and running. So to assemble it, it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to just disassemble it so you can see what's going on. But basically there's two parts. There's this upper part that has the print head and stuff on it, and then you have this lower part which has the kind of electronics and stuff in it, and it's pretty straightforward. Actually, it has the word maker base in the thing, and there's a bit of a circuit board on the underside of it. You can see here there's no switches on the side of it to change the voltage or anything like that, so it looks like it's just going to be straight 110. There are apparently 5 bolts here in the bottom that I need to screw into, 4 at least, that screw into this base underneath, which is going to be a little tricky given the way it is set up. But you can see here there's a circular bit with two kind of slots on the side, and they basically drop in to the base. And so what you want to do is make sure there's no cables in the way, and then take this, line it up both sides, drop them in place. and then just slide it in like that, and it's pretty secure. So it comes with these bolts and washers, so what I'm going to do is basically try to assemble it, which may be a little tricky because it's underneath and I can't turn this thing upside down, so I think I'm going to put it on its side and see if I can get to it that way. And once I get the tape off the Allen wrenches here that come with it. Comes with 4 Allen wrenches, various different sizes. So what we're going to do next is basically tip this thing on its side very carefully, and hopefully be able to get these screws in place. Not quite sure if I can get this totally towards the camera, but they line up pretty well. So I'm going to do the bottom ones first if I can. Now, I'm not quite sure which of these threads, it's not the smaller ones, it's going to be the bigger ones. I'm not sure if they need the washers or not, but I'm going to not take any chances. I'm not sure which of these must be the biggest one. I'm just going to get started. And then I'm going to do the opposite corner. I don't know if these need the washers or not, but we're going to just run with the washers. Okay, now I no longer have to hold it, and I'm going to do the upper. It's kind of humid in here, so it's a little tricky, but hopefully you can see this on the camera. And I'm just going to screw it in place. Now, looks like we only have to use the 4 screws because doesn't look like there's more than that. This wire here that I guess we want it to run along the bottom here, so pull that through. And then I'm going to do the last one and then just tighten them all up real quick. And we should be good to go. I'm going to stand up. Check, see if you can see that on the camera. Yeah, it looks like you can see that pretty well on the camera. So tighten that one. Tighten that one. Okay, going to totally over torque them. Alright, so with that in place, I'm now going to pick the thing up and set it down this way. You can see that there's 3 connectors here, and it's pretty idiot proof. There's 3 cables and 3 different sizes. They go with the upper part of the connector pointing upwards, and they just clip into place. You just line it up and make sure it clips. Make sure it's properly installed. Line it up for the second one, clip it in place, and then finally third one also will clip in place. Alright. So last thing that needs to be done is the spool holder here, and it goes on one way, just like that. And you can see it's like it takes these smaller screws, business there. And this time we're going to do the middle one first. So we're going to put it through here like so. Hopefully this is still on the camera. and it goes with the spool on the outside. We've tightened that enough that it allows us to put the other ones in. Okay, so you can see there, it's pretty straightforward to assemble that. Wasn't too difficult at all. Got the spool holder on, it's all connected together. So there's only two other things left to do. One is to attach the power, which goes in here, and then there's an on-off rocker switch. And then on one of the sides, yeah, right here, there's a USB cable. We'll plug the USB into our USB hub and into our computer. So that's going to be it for this video. I just wanted to show you how to assemble this. That's what the video is for. What we're going to do next, in the next video, show you how to do printing from this printer, and how to basically run things like the filament into the filament holder here and so on, and how to level the bed and so on. So this comes with a leveling card as well. Alright, so I'm going to go and put this thing through its paces a little bit, and then in an upcoming video we'll show you how to install the software, get it rolling under Linux, and how to do some cool 3D test prints. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you guys are encouraged to maybe consider investing in one of these very nice 3D printers. And until next time.